In 1994, an earthquake of magnitude 5.6 caused blackouts across all of LA. However, when this happened, thousands of people jammed the calling systems of the emergency response teams, asking if the strange white cloud in the night sky was the cause of these accidents. What cloud were they talking about? They were actually talking about what wasn't a cloud at all. They were talking about our Milky Way. Over 2/3 of all Americans and half of all Europeans are unable to see our own galaxy in the night sky because of light pollution. If current light pollution trends continue, studies have shown that by 2020, there will only be 3 places in the United States that are considered truly dark skies, and only a couple dozen places where you can actually see the Milky Way. Light pollution also affects spectroscopy, which is one of the most integral parts of modern-day astronomy. For example, spectroscopy can tell us the mass of a star, the composition of a star, and how fast it's moving while studying it from millions of miles away. 25% of all energy worldwide is used to create artificial light. In some countries, like Austria, almost 70% of their total greenhouse gas emissions come from this creation of light. Even if you don't care about astronomy or energy usage around the world, there are still several reasons why light pollution is a terrible thing. For example, we all know that bugs and moths are drawn towards the light in a process called positive phototaxis. Well, actually, some bats are driven away by the light in the reverse process, negative phototaxis. This can cause bats to become outcompeted by other bats who don't have this negative phototaxis process, and can cause the extinction of several species of bats. In the mid-1900s, the European horseshoe bat went extinct because it was outcompeted by bats like the pipistrelle bat, who hunted in the light where the horseshoe bat wouldn't go near. It affects birds too. Some birds are so drawn to light that they'll actually circle floodlights until they drop out of the sky and die due to exhaustion. Light pollution affects the breeding seasons of frogs, fireflies, and even sea turtles, and some nocturnal animals have gone extinct because of it. But don't think humans have escaped this list, because humans can be affected by light pollution even more so than some of these species. Light pollution has been linked to a whole host of disorders within humans, including sleep disorders, depression, obesity, and even seasonal affective disorder. But all of those disorders pale in comparison to cancer. Studies actually show that light pollution can cause many different kinds of cancer. One study from 2010 says that any excessive exposure to artificial light can cause many different kinds of cancer, especially breast cancer. And when this study says excessive artificial light, it actually means what most urban people go through every day, and even what a lot of people who stay up late to marathon Netflix go through. Fortunately, light pollution is pretty easy to cure, considering most of the light we produce isn't even used. And even for the light we do use, it's pretty easy to solve this problem. We can just use shielded light fixtures, limit the amount of lumens each object can give off, and limit the amount of lumens per acre. So if light pollution is such a serious problem and has such an easy remedy, why haven't we fixed it already? Well, actually some cities are trying. Currently, there are 5 cities in the US that have gone through the necessary precautions and taken the necessary steps to become astronomically dark sky cities. But we need to go one step further.